You're listening to Every Day's a Saturday USMC Veteran Podcast.
Now introducing your host of Every Day's a Saturday USMC Veteran, the one-man show, Brian Roof.
What's going on, friends and family? Thank you guys so much for tuning in to another great day, another great interview. And this one is a special one because you know what? This guy, he's been on the show plenty of times to talk about something that is near and dear to me. And I actually am a huge supporter of this event, and it's Herostock. So, yeah, we have the mayor here himself, Jason Steiner, to talk about the last two events, which the first one was in Rolla, Missouri, and then just recently they just had the one in Lebanon, Tennessee. And up and coming is the one that I've been waiting for because I'm going to be at it. It's a 2-day event. It's in Ashland, Nebraska. And I can't wait for him to come here and talk all about it. But before we get started, if you guys haven't had a chance to check out the website, please go check it out, EDASUSMCvet.com. Once again, you guys can check out all the different interviews there, the different episodes from all the different seasons, as well as we got the nonprofit organizations on there and also veteran-owned businesses. It's, pretty much I'm trying to make it a one-stop shop for everybody. And if you do have a veteran-owned business or you are a nonprofit and would like to be added to the website, just shoot me an email and we'll get you added. But let's not make our next guest wait any longer and get him on the show before I keep tongue twisting myself. And we got the mayor, Jason 311, Jason Steiner. What's up, brother?
What's going on, man? How you doing?
Hey, man, I'm excited to have you back on and for you to talk about one of the best events that, any veteran or first responder could ever go to. You know what I mean? And that's
yeah. Yeah, man. I'm excited to be back on. I don't know. This is probably my 7th, 8th, 9th appearance on here, so I'm always happy to come back on with you and talk. So.
Hell yeah, bro. You either been a guest on the show or a co-host on, Wacky Wednesdays or something. So
yep.
You definitely are no stranger to Every Day's a Saturday. But dude, let's talk about all the great things that have happened for you here in 2024. And you had 3 amazing events lined up. 2 out of the 3 are done. Go ahead and talk about it all, bro.
Yeah, so June 29th, we went down to Rolla, Missouri. We got partnered with the Chamber of Commerce down there. And the Chamber of Commerce down there was just amazing. They really got the town to rally behind us, got the police department behind us, fire department, the big radio station down there, KZNN. It was a great event, and leading up to the day, we thought we were going to see thousands of people come through, just from what we were hearing down there in the buzz. And the day of the event, the morning, it rained, and it rained up until about noon. And then the sun came out, and it was ridiculously hot. It was 110-degree heat index down there. Yeah, it was bad. It was to the point where you could stand in the shade and just be dripping sweat. And
so your clothes were just melting on you.
Pretty much, yeah, pretty much. My whole board, we were all chafed so bad we couldn't hardly walk by the time the event was done with. But we ended up having about 250 to 300 people come out, hang out with us. We ended up putting 5 bands or singers on stage. It was actually a really cool event. Anyone else kicked us off with the music, and the full band rocked it. Barbara Sim yep, there it is. Barbara Sim jumped up on stage. She did a great job. Derek Stoner got up there. Stoner's, and I hate to say this because I love all our musicians, but Stoner is one of my favorite musicians. He's just a really cool guy, laid back. Kind of last minute, JB Brown decided he was going to bring his full band in, and so they were the warm up band for Shannon Book, and yeah, we had music playing for about 7 hours that day, between these 5 different artists that came in and jumped up on stage and did their thing, and we ended up with about 12 nonprofits out there that hung out and got to talk to the people. we got introduced to a lot of really cool nonprofits down there that we had no idea existed. So one of our sponsors, Doc Goodbeard, he ended up coming in from Colorado and setting up a booth down there, and he was selling his beard products that, work really, really well. So if you're in the market for some beard products, make sure you check out Doc Goodbeard beard products.
Absolutely.
All about beard, man.
Take that regular beard and make it badass.
Right. But no, it was a cool event. We had the party the night before. The president of the Chamber of Commerce down there, her family owns what's called Fugitive Beach, and it's actually a old limestone quarry that they'd bought years ago and have turned into a swimming destination. And they have slides and swings and platforms to jump off of, and really, really cool venue. And the Chamber of Commerce came out there that night, and they grilled up burgers for all of us, and we got to hang out, and the singers pulled out their guitars and played some songs and just sat around and had a great time. So, everybody was like, oh, we were expecting so many more. And, I always relate back to our first event, and we had 100 people there. And I said, we had 100 at our first one, but yet we had 300 at this one, and it was the first time being there. So I think overall it was a really good success. Again, we made some great contacts down there, and they're begging for us to come back for 2025. So outside of the weather, there was really nothing that I would have changed with the event.
Nice.
But,
yeah, the other great thing is that you had people streaming it, right? So I myself caught on to Veteran Voice Radio and was watching the stream live there, and it's awesome, right? To still, because someone who like me, I wish I could go to every single one, but I'm in California, I'm a little deep, so I mean they get a little costly, so I got to kind of choose, like, all right, gosh damn, which one do I absolutely want to go to? And I got to go to the OG one, right? And that's the one in Ashland. But dude, I mean, it looks like everybody out there had an amazing time. You could tell it was hot, right? But the musicians still went out there and killed it, man. I mean, JB Brown had a huge presence on that. You could tell he's like kind of a hype man. What I mean? He definitely has a presence on the stage, but definitely to me turned out to be a really great lineup, right? I mean, the musicians you guys had are amazing musicians, and it was an outstanding lineup. But I didn't realize how jealous I'd be after hearing all of this. Like, yeah, bro, that's cool. Lime, you guys went somewhere and hung out and listened to that. That's cool, bro.
Right.
No, but I mean, I it's cool though, because if you guys do follow Herostock, or some of the people from Herostock, you get to see the lives and the different. I that's how I was catching things, right? I was just, oh, who's going live? Oh, they're there right now. Let me go check it out. So.
Yep.
I got to watch you also pretty much unveil the Herostock guitar. You want to kind of talk about the guitar, dude, as well?
Yeah. So last year I got to go to NAMM with Shannon Book, the North American Music Merchant Show out in Southern California. And it's in the Anaheim Convention Center. So it's 1.4 million square feet of anything music related is stuffed inside this building. Wow. And I got to meet this guy named Robert Rask. And he's based out of Orem, Utah. He's a guitar maker. And when we were standing there at the Monster Cable booth, he hands me off this guitar and he goes, here, hold on to this. And he was over doing a bunch of stuff and trying to get artists situated with his guitars. And I'm holding it by the neck, and I'm just kind of talking and swinging it and wasn't really paying attention to it. And he comes back over, and I was there with Shannon Book, and Shannon goes, hey, what's this guitar sell for? Robert's like, oh, that's $18,900. And I'm like, will you please take this back? Like, I don't even want to hold it at this point. But he didn't have a ton of time to talk. He was in the middle of trying to get his guitars in artists' hands and let them feel the quality and see the quality and hear the quality. So he didn't have a ton of time to talk, but he did give me a little bit of time to kind of talk about Herostock. And about a month after we got back, I get a phone call from him and he says, "Hey dude, I love what you guys are doing. I've been checking it out. I want to work with you guys and I want to build a guitar for you." And I'm like, "Man, that would be amazing." Like, he goes, "I can't just give it away. I'm too small of a builder right now to just give away a guitar." But he goes, "Let's work something out." So we came up with, we were going to pay for the electronics in it, and it was about $1,500. And he starts building this guitar, and it goes from like a $3,500 electric guitar. By the time he finished with it, he had over 250 hours into it, and the estimated value of it is about $15,000.
Wow.
It is incredible. It's got a fretboard that's an American flag. It's got the tuning knobs. It's got, one is police, one is fire. On the back of it, it's got our logo, like the little people. He quarter turned, inlaid and quarter turned the Purple Heart on the back of it. So it looks like a shadow, and then it's got the 4 stars going down the back. And then the actual cover for the back of the guitar is a piece of an A10 Warthog that one of his apprentice at the time had actually went up and like reclaimed this piece from a crash. And it looks amazing, but it also sounds amazing. It's been really cool. We shipped it back out to Southern California. Robert went down to the Train tribute, and one of the guys from the Goo Goo Dolls, the original guitarist from the Goo Goo Dolls, played it. We had Eric Hilbig. He's a huge guitar player. He plays for Colin Ray. He actually played it. It was in the hands of about 10 different artists in that trip. And, a lot of founding members from Third Eye Blind and Goo Goo Dolls and Panic at the Disco and stuff like that. And they actually signed the certificate of authenticity that's going with this guitar.
Damn, that's so cool.
Yeah, so we turned it into a raffle. You can go onto our Facebook page or our webpage, herostock.org, and purchase tickets there. They're $20 a piece.
Perfect.
It will
We'll go
be
through we'll show the website here shortly and kind of show them, guide people through it too.
cool.
And
Yep.
actually, we'll play this real quick. And this is going to kind of show you about the guitar we've been talking about, so everybody can kind of see. Here we go. That's nice, dude. I mean,
and that didn't do it justice. That guitar is it's insane.
No, I know it. It is a badass guitar. I mean, I haven't got to see it in person yet, but I definitely seen the videos of him making it and talking about the whole thing, and the amount of dedication put into that guitar is just, the value of it is beyond, it's probably actual value, because there's a lot of actual meaning to it, like, and you're seeking out the actual pilot, right?
Yeah, we're trying to find the pilot right now to see if we can't do a little series with him, to do a clip and just say, "Hey, what happened the day of the accident," that kind of stuff, and let him know that a piece of his wreckage, his crash, is engraved into this piece that will hopefully last the rest of the world. We'll end up in a museum someday. It's an incredible piece, and Robert is probably one of the sweetest people you will ever meet. He's very caring. He's not a veteran himself, but he sees what we do, and he's so behind what we're doing right now that we're already talking about a guitar for 2025. So,
wow.
but this is a one-off, one of a kind guitar. So,
Yeah, no kidding, dude. My gosh, it is what an awesome opportunity. So if you guys want to enter into this raffle, it's $20 a ticket.
Yep. $20 a ticket.
So here you go, and you can get yourself. I'm telling you, this is one of those raffles you're definitely going to want to enter in. You're going to get one of a kind. You're going to get one of a kind, custom made, badass.
Yep.
It's one of those ones you don't even want to play it. I mean, it's just like you want to hang that thing up in a room, man.
And it's sad that's kind of the way I look at it too. Is it's like I never want to play this thing because it's such an amazing guitar too. That like it should be played. It should be shown off to the world and played everywhere you can play it. And I was just going back to see if I could find that.
You almost want to be like, oh gosh, it's such a baby to me.
Right. Well, and then we also we got a hit from Tsunami Cables. And it's a group that has worked with Robert Rask in the past, and they're actually building a custom cable for Herostock to go with that guitar when we raffle it off. So I thought that was pretty cool that they reached out and they're like, hey, we've seen this and we want to be a part of it too. So we're going to make a custom cable for it to go out. And I thought that was pretty neat. Trying to find the post where we had all the people that have played it, because it's a pretty impressive list. Colin Ray, he has 16 number one hits, 11 million records sold. He actually got to hold it, took a picture with it. Eric Hallbig, he's a guitarist for Colin Ray, Ty Herndon, Sugarland, Sarah Evans, Blackhawk, Tanya Tucker, Winona Judd, Jake Owen, Chuck Wicks, David Nail, Cheryl Wright, Donna Summers, Thompson Square, and many more. Dr. Funk Bass, viral social media bass guy, he played it. Kevin Cogden, founding guitarist for Third Eye Blind. Nathan December, former guitarist for the Goo Goo Dolls and REM. Matt Fuller, the former guitarist for Puddle of Mud. Murphy, I'm going to kill this name, Kraugs, founding bass player for Sugar Ray, author of #1 book, Basics for Bassists. Jared Beatties, former guitarist for One Republic, producer for musicians including Adele. And Kenny Harris, former guitarist of Panic at the Disco. On top of Shannon Book played it. JB Brown's electric guitar guy played it. Anyone else played it. So it's been in quite a few hands. We got it in.
Dang, she's making rounds.
Well, yeah. And everybody's signing this certificate of authenticity. So with this guitar, you will not only get the guitar that's amazing, you also get the super cool cable that goes with it. And you get the certificate of authenticity that has all of these signatures on that of the guys.
And literally could all be for a $20 bill.
All for $20. Damn. And all the money that's raised off of this will go back to Herostock to help us continue our mission and try to continue what we're doing with these concert series. And these events are not cheap to put on. They range anywhere from $10,000 to $35,000, depending on venue and where we're at and how many days and that kind of
the
stuff.
lineup and all that.
So, and we're all 100% volunteer. There's no paid board members right now on the board. So it's all run off donations and people that want to support what we're doing. So.
Yeah, man, it is an amazing event. Like I said, I got the opportunity to go there. It was the first time a lot of us kind of had got to know each other through like the screen and stuff like that. But we got to actually finally meet each other. And that was kind of a very centralized area for each and every one of us to meet.
Right.
And I think that a lot of people kind of have that opportunity where they probably don't get out as much, and they get out and they start meeting new people like, oh shoot, man,
Right. Yeah. This meeting people isn't a bad thing.
Right. Yeah. Oh, they're kind of more like me than I thought. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, exactly. So,
I'm not the only
um,
bull in the china shop, you know?
right. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. So then we literally just got back from Nashville Sunday night.
Yeah, so
We
talk
had
about how talk about how Nashville went and how Tennessee was, and that venue obviously was an inside venue, so weather wasn't is a bad thing,
Yep. Yeah. When we started talking about Lebanon, Tennessee, and it's like you're competing with a lot of music down there, and we really didn't know what to expect going into it. My numbers were between 300 and 500 that would show up. We had a lot of really good support. Like the last month before the event, there was a lot of people that jumped in, started helping out. We'd been working with Black River Entertainment, Scotty's label, super great people there. Working with Label 22 down there, Stephen Cochran and Sal Gonzalez and Chris Turner and Bobby Spivey and Malachias. Mike Corrado with Harmony Hill down there was another one that we've been working with for a while, kind of Andrew Ferrier with the VFW down there. And, we put together this event, and I wanted to kind of change it up a little bit because we were in Nashville. So we actually went with 2 riders rounds, and we changed it, and I didn't know how it was going to play out. And actually, I really liked the layout of it. We had Guitars for Vets Nashville chapter come in, and they played about 3 songs. They did a great job. They had smiles on their faces getting to get up on the stage and in front of people and play. And, then we jumped right into the riders round, and we had Derek Stoner and Stephen Cochran, or not, I'm sorry, not Cochran, Derek Stoner, Sal Gonzalez, Mike Corrado, Mike Ponder, Rachel Harvey Hill, Malachias, Chris Turner. And then we ended up having to pick somebody else up kind of late last minute. And his name's Sean Russell. And that dude is an amazing dude, hell of a guitar player, hell of a singer. So our writers rounds were really amazing. The amount of talent that was put onto that stage, I stood back and I kind of went, I'm pretty certain I could not put much better of a group of veterans on stage than what I did.
No, for real, man. That was a really great set of, honestly, both of them have been great, man.
Yeah.
Your lineups have been amazing, even Ashland's another one, and then we get the both the best world. We get rock and country.
Yep. Exactly. And we were working with Operation Encore, and Operation Encore jumped in. We had something happen and had to fill a spot quick, and OE jumped out, and they made about 5 or 6 different phone calls for me, and they said, "Hey man, we got the Sean Russell," so he jumped in, and they've been amazing to work with. And then anyone else jumped up on stage and they played it out, and they kind of rocked out the house. And then Shannon jumped up there and he called Ponder up on stage with him. So him and Ponder, played together and actually put together a really, really good set. It was a very touching set. And then obviously Scotty Hastings was our headliner, and he didn't have a ton of people to play through by that point because a lot of people had left, but he's like, "Hey man, I'm going to get up there and do my thing." And dude, he did his thing, and it was amazing. He has come so far, even from last year. His vocals have become so much better. He's become a much better performer, but yet he's still the same dude. He's still the same Scotty that we know. So that's the cool part of seeing that. And he's got some really, really big stuff coming down the pipe, and we're excited to see where he goes. So,
yeah, he was a recent guest on the show, and man, the future looks bright for him, and I'm super happy for him. Like I tell everybody on here, I love to see when our brothers and sisters are out there doing great things and making us proud, man. You know what I mean? They get to be a word for each and every one of us. They get to be a voice for all of us.
yep.
That's the cool thing. Now, so yeah, man. So Lebanon, you guys think you guys do another one there? Maybe. How's 2025 looking? Anyways, you got yourself lined up for there. You guys still really kind of game planning for 2025?
We're still game planning for 25. We've been invited to 31 different states to do this. And
So they drawing out a hat. It sounds like, man. I mean,
Right. It's and we're changing a little bit this year. Last year we did all the fundraising for all these out of town events and found out it was really, really hard to go to somebody else's state and say, hey, we're coming in to do this event and you need to give us money so that we can do this event in your state. And it was really hard to do that. So we're actually going to start partnering with groups or partnering with like a chamber of commerce and working together hand in hand with somebody locally that says, hey, we want you to come in and do this and we're willing to provide this support and we'll help you fundraise in our local community because part of this money is going to go back to whatever group that we're partnered with. And it'll help spread the word down there. We don't have to try to do all the stuff down there. We're 12 hours away from Nashville. So it's not like you can just jump in your car and run down to Nashville quick and go hang flyers. So we're gonna start working hand in hand with some groups, whether it's the VFW Legion, the CVMA, whatever it might be, to say, hey, we want to come down to your area. We've been invited down here. Do you want to be a part of this? And on the backside of this, you get a percentage of what our gate fee is. And that goes back to your nonprofit or it goes back to your city to be able to use, for your veteran and first responders in your community. So, yeah, 25 is we got dots all over the map right now, and we just have to figure out where we're going to end up.
Do you have a goal or a number in mind that, in terms of how many events you want to do for 2025? Was 3 a lot for you guys? Is it scale back, do the same, go bigger? Where are you guys at with that?
I think depending on funding, that's going to kind of depend on what we can do.
Right.
This year we went in with a little bit in the bank and fundraising this year was really, really hard with the economy being the way it is.
Sure.
You got the presidential race that's going on right now that nobody knows what's going to happen with it. And I think people just kind of sat on money this year. So it was very, very hard to raise funds anyway. And then to push it out of state made it that much harder.
Sure.
So I think for 25, we're going to kind of sit on our hands a little bit. We're going to draw it back. We're talking 2, maybe 3 events. But that all can change too. If we get somebody that comes in and says, hey, we're going to offer $25,000 for you to come down to Houston, Texas. And we want you guys to run the event, but we're going to sponsor it with the funds. And, we don't have to do all of the legwork on that. And they're going to take care of the promotion down there. If we can get something like that going on, yeah, that makes it much easier for us because then we're lining up bands and making sure the Porta Johns are there and we got insurance and, all that kind of stuff. But yeah, I think for 25, we're going to probably do 2, 3 at the very most again, because it is a lot. And like I said, we're all volunteer.
Yeah.
And it takes a lot of time to put one of these together.
We got 5-man members or on your board, or how many are on your board now?
We are up to 8 on the board right now. So, 7, technically 7. We've got to vote 1 guy in. But yeah, we're sitting at 7 on the board right now. But we've also got a couple people that are saying.
So you've grown. You've grown.
Oh,
yeah. You definitely grew because, right, you guys were around 5.
Yep.
The first year. So.
Yep. Well, we had 3 the first year.
Oh, yeah.
And then, we've grown, or 4. We had 4 the first year. Yeah. So we've grown to 7 now.
Doubled up.
More. Yeah. We've got 1 more that we'll put on the board here before too long. And so, yeah, we'll have 8 total board members on there. So.
Yeah, man. And it's probably still not enough.
No.
Because, these, there's definitely the great thing about it is you guys are really flawless at putting them together, right? Like, even though I know there's a lot of work that goes into it, when you're actually at the event, you can never even see how hard of work it looks flawless, right? When you go in there. But, for anybody out there, if you want to have a veteran event in your community, this would be one of those great events to reach out and start doing. Go reach out to your community leaders and say, hey, let's bring this out here, because something I noticed, right? I flew in from California to Nebraska, and then I think that year he had about 16 other states fly in there as well. So we all were spending money while we were there, right? We had to eat food, we had to get public transportation and do all these things. So, it's not just the event you're bringing, but you're also bringing, a little bit of some money into your economy and
Yep.
people to get a visual of like, wow, this community is an awesome community.
Right.
I mean, it was so awesome for me, right? Ashland, Nebraska, that I want to go back and I'm going to fly back and we're damn near about a month away here,
Dude,
goddamn.
we're right around the corner.
You're smack, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. I mean, I keep looking at the calendar. I'm like, gosh, damn. Okay, wait, we're almost there.
Yeah, and we have another event in between. So we're actually doing a smoke off August 17th with Nebraska Brewing Company out of Omaha. And we're bringing in 20 professional smokers, and they're going to do over 3,000 wings. And I think the tally that we just said today was 256 racks of pork ribs. It's going to be smoked up. We're doing beans on the side as one of the sides, and then a macaroni salad. And all that for $25.
About to fly out to motherfucking Nebraska for that.
It's gonna be bomb. It's I know a lot of these smokers that are coming in, and they are amazing smokers. So we've got that going on leading up to it. The weekend after that, we actually work with a 50-mile march. We're helping with their landing party. They march 50 miles from Lincoln to Omaha to bring awareness to veteran suicide. And they're raising funds, and all the funds that they raise go to a tiny village in Omaha that they're going to build to help get veterans the help that they need, and then also get them back onto the path of being brought back into society and being a productive person in society. So, it's a really cool mission that they do too. So we're working hand in hand with them. And then September 13th comes around, and gates open at 5 p.m. and anyone else, well, Shannon Book will take the stage, and he's going to start us off that night. And then anyone else will jump up there. Die Tired, American Hitman. Die Tired's coming in from Pennsylvania. Super good dudes. Anyone else is a local band here based out of Omaha. And then American Hitman coming in from Utah. They actually just did a European tour last summer. That's why they couldn't come to the one last year. So they've got a pretty good following. They got a pretty good group that they're going to bring in. And actually our country night has changed. We still have to update our flyers, but we're going to bring in, to kick us off, is going to be Derek Thompson. He's a veteran, a Marine Corps veteran out of North Platte.
Okay.
And he's just kind of started grinding through the music world. And so Derek Thompson's going to come in and start us off. Kimberly Meyer is a veteran, actually still active duty, out of Norfolk, Nebraska. And she just got inducted into the Nebraska Music Hall of Fame, which is pretty awesome. Schaefer Mueller be coming in from Alaska.
Excited.
Shape's going to be fun. I enjoy his music.
Super excited. You got me turned on to liking him.
You got me turned on to Derek Stoner. So,
right, yeah.
and speaking of Derek Stoner, he's the next one on the list. He'll be.
He's coming, dude.
Yeah, he's going to be coming in too. Yeah,
I'm about to go boy crazy on him. He's going to need a security guard, dude.
Right. So yeah, he's going to pop in with us. He's going to play an hour set. We have a local band called South of Center. They're bringing the full band in. I believe they have 2 or 3 different veterans in their band, and they're a lot of fun.
This is going to be a killer weekend.
Dude,
damn, you got to make this one. I'm telling you all right now, especially because I'm gonna be there. Shit, I'm gonna tell you, I'm a party. I'm a party in myself. You know what I mean? Like, but this is a hell of a lineup, bro. I'm so ecstatic, dude.
Well, and we had Joe come in last year, Joe Allen Christie, and he only got a couple songs because he was the last minute ad. So this year we said, hey, dude, let's go. Come on out. And he's bringing the full Winchester band with him. And they're going to be carrying as the warm up for Scotty Hastings. And Scotty will be our final act of the night. And
bro, I got chills. I think this is going to be a killer.
I looked through this roster and I'm like, yeah, I don't know how to beat this next year.
bro, you really nailed 2024.
Yeah.
I mean, you really did. And you know, a lot of these artists, if they're not signed now, they are going to be signed
Right.
in the near future. You know what I
Yep.
mean?
Yep.
So like enjoy them while you can, because I mean, even Scotty's come a long way in 1 year since the last time he headlined you know, Ashland last year.
Yep.
He is a whole nother person and a whole nother you know, he's got a whole nother thing going for himself now. I mean, he's still,
Yep.
I mean, him, but I'm just saying he's another package now, right?
Right. Right. Yep. Yeah. And the crazy thing is I've got a roster of about 75 to 80 veteran or first responder singers right now. And I'm to the point where I don't know how we picked 25 because we have so much talent in the veteran and first responder world and nobody knows who they are. You know, and it's like,
Yeah, dude. I mean, being a part of Veteran Voice Radio, got the opportunity just to be blown away by so many. Like I said, I never knew who Derek Stoner was, and I promise you, y'all mark my word, dude. Derek Stoner is gonna be one of those guys, another Scotty Hastings, you know, where he's gonna be big time.
yep. And
You know?
think about it. You know, Derek spent 20 years in the Army and Special Forces.
Yeah, giving his life to this country.
He gave all of his younger years. You know, he's 40 some years old now, and now he's trying to bust out and do this music thing, and he's an amazing artist. Like, he's an amazing writer. He has amazing vocals. You know, what you listen to on YouTube and Spotify, it doesn't do his vocals justice. Like, hearing him in person, he is even better than what you hear on Spotify. So
Gosh, damn.
it's like,
Well, I know, bro. When I was watching the live streams, right, like, and every time Derek would go, I could tell people were like almost like chittering about, like, damn, this dude can kill it.
Yeah.
And I mean,
Yeah.
if you ever hear some of his songs too, like Bad Man Finder and stuff like that,
Yep.
I mean, he really writes some, you know, good stuff.
He can paint a
as well.
picture with his words.
Bro. He's, yeah. Definitely one of those guys. And that's kind of the amazing thing, actually, about a lot of these veteran musicians, right?
Yep.
Some of them always kind of had a, you know, loving for the, you know, music and stuff like that, but never really got to hone in on their skill because they had another commitment, you know? So a lot of them, when they got out, still had to go find jobs and get their life together, still didn't have time to dedicate to their music.
Yep.
So I feel like, you know, a lot of these musicians in the veteran world kind of are a little bit behind the power curve when it comes to, you know, the money and all that stuff too is hard too. Like, it costs a lot of money to go get studio time.
Oh yeah.
You know, I mean, that's not something that's free, and you got to know people.
Yep. It's about $2,500 per song.
Oh, wow.
Get in and actually if you have
get it mastered and all that stuff. I mean,
that's just recording. That's not even mastering.
That's not even mastering, you know.
Yeah, you're probably between, depending on what studio you go to, but you could be between $2,500 and $4,500, $5,000 to get one song done. And you think an LP is actually 12 songs. Yeah, 12 songs at $5,000 a piece. You got $70,000 wrapped up just to create an LP.
Gosh,
you know, so it's like it's not cheap to do what they're doing. And, you know, a lot of these guys are playing. We hooked up with Mike Ponder. He was playing the Mellow Mushroom down in Nashville. And we hooked up
and
with
another talented, absolutely. When, you know, before we talk any further, Mike Ponder, man, wow, just amazing how talented that dude is. When I was watching the live stream for Lebanon, he was, you know, basically playing with others. They were just like, hey, can you help me with this song? And I need you to, you know, do this. And he would be like,
yeah.
I mean, no questions asked, man. And just literally just look at him. The next thing you know, he's just sitting there killing it, bro. You know, to the point he had his own little solo play times there for several times.
Yeah.
Just the reason, I mean, you could just see that, you know, all the musicians around there have a lot of respect for him.
Right. Yeah. But like right now, he's doing 2 gigs a day on Broadway. So he's playing 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. and then he's playing the 10 p.m. to 2 a.m. 5 days a week.
Wow.
And a lot of those places on Broadway, they give you $100 for a 4-hour set plus tips.
How that dude's hands aren't bleeding and shit by the time he's done is beyond me. He's must have the toughest damn hands, dude.
Yeah, he's gonna have nubs by the time he gets done running that circuit. But just an amazing dude, and he's got great vocals, and literally he can pick up any freaking guitar, pretty much any instrument, and play it. He's just that talented. But he gave 20 years of his life to the Marine Corps and to the Navy. And now he's on the backside of that. He's trying to figure out how to get signed with these labels and stuff. And, the labels are looking at somebody that's 18 to 25 years old.
Right.
They don't want a guy that's 40 years old that's just starting out in his career. They want somebody that's young, that's marketable, that they can put up on stage anywhere, and, they'll make it work. And so a lot of what we're doing is, we're putting them in front of people. Anytime we can put them in front of
definitely a showcase for them.
Definitely. Yeah. And like Joe Allen last year, when he got off stage, he was like, dude, that was the biggest group I've ever played in front of. He'd always played at bars, and he was playing for, 30, 40, 50 people. Well, last year he was playing for 1,000, and he stepped off that stage. He goes, you have no idea what that did for my confidence. He goes, my confidence was through the roof on that. And he's told me that multiple times. And now he's got his own band. He's running all over Colorado right now. They're doing gigs all over the place, and they're getting into some big places. So
he's a workhorse too, man. Yep. I'll see him on TikToks doing lives. I mean,
a
lot of these guys that are really starting to evolve and blossom. I could tell you for a sheer fact that I know that they put a lot of work into it, because that's just what we see, right? Like the part that when they're live, but they're doing stuff in the background all the time as well.
Yep. Yeah. Joe's writing all the time. He's with his guitar coach like once a week. He's with his vocal coach. They're putting in a lot of time, and they're doing interviews, and they're going out to venues and selling themselves at venues. And there's a lot of time that goes into being a musician, and, people don't see it. We see him up on stage, and we might catch him on a live here or there. He's on live 4, 5, 6 times a week.
Right.
And Scotty is too. Scotty was the same way. And that's what it takes to become a known musician is you have to constantly be selling yourself somewhere, whether it's social media, whether it's to a venue, whether it's, writing, you're giving up your time to do all this. And, but the amount of talent that is in the veteran and first responder world just blows my mind. Like I said, I don't know how I'm going to pick for 25, because I got a whole roster of guys and gals, and I'm like, they're all so friggin' good. I don't know. I don't even know how to pick. So.
Yeah, bro, you're not lying, man. I mean, and the events they're pretty long already. I mean, you couldn't really add much more time without making it be a full 12-hour day. So yeah, you are kind of limited with what you can do in terms of when it comes to musicians. But yeah, bro, I gotta say 2024, you definitely killed it with your picks. And Herostock is one of those things, bro. You guys don't stop, won't quit, and it's just gonna continue to get better. I imagine that this Ashland, September, this one is going to be the biggest one yet. And it's going to be huge, man. I'm expecting it to be a big thing. I know a lot of people. I'm excited for the lineup myself, and there's so many other people that I haven't got to meet yet that I know are going out there, and I'm like, hell yeah. I'm going to get to meet a whole set of different people this time. But
there's people coming in this year that I haven't met yet, so I'm super excited. I know Betsy Ross is coming in. She's the fight
exactly. I'm super excited hopefully she brings some books, because I really want to buy a copy from her and have her sign it right there. Boom.
Yep. Yeah, and I mean, I know, and I'm not sure if this guy's able to make it anymore, but there was a guy that was going to be coming in from New York called Twisted T-Shirts, and he's a veteran-owned T-shirt company.
Nice.
But I think he just texted me the other day, and he said he didn't know if he was going to be able to make it out or not. But
Kevin Gorin from Doc Goodbeard, he's going to be there, and super excited to meet him as well.
Yeah, he's going to have the amazing beard product. It's all about the beard,
buddy.
Man.
I know. I've got to start growing it now.
Right.
I cut all this off earlier. I look too much like freaking Santa now, bro. I'm like, God. Well, I got no color in mine anymore.
Right. We got Rick Yee coming out too. The Warrior Way mindset.
Good, great, bro.
So I'm excited for that. We may actually have Santa Corky coming out. He's an internet sensation. I got to know Santa a little bit through Rick, and he may be making his way out, and we'll have Christmas in September.
That's the official Santa, guys.
Yep. He looks just like Santa Claus. It's so funny.
Now, this one, you guys said you're planning on doing a little bit more kid-friendly type stuff, right? You're gonna have bouncers, face painting, and things like that.
Yeah. So we really want to make this a family-friendly event. So we're bringing in 2 bounce houses. There's going to be one for the smaller kids, and there's going to be one for a little bit older kids, kind of the obstacle course type bounce houses. We're working with a group right now, one of the cheerleader groups, to possibly come in and do face painting for the kids, free will donation type stuff. We're going to have the cornhole tournament's going to be back. We actually just started a new game. It's called Bag of Money, and it's a 2-foot or an 18-inch by 18-inch board that's got a plastic tube that sticks up about 1.5 foot above the board. And you have to stand at the same distance as you do on the cornhole, and you throw the bag and try to land it inside that pipe. And it's like a 7-inch pipe, so it easily fits in there. But it's $20 one bag for 5 or 5 for 20, I think is what we did. And we're actually doing a 33 third and third raffle instead of the 50-50. So you're doing 1/3 of it goes to you as the winner, 1/3 of it goes to Herostock to help support what we're doing, and 1/3 of the money actually goes to a nonprofit that's part of Herostock, and you get to handpick as the winner who that money goes to. We started that down in Nashville. There was a lot of people that played it, and nobody won. So we're carrying over like it's a $280 pot that we're carrying over to start off this year. So, and we'll have that set up Friday and Saturday. We're looking at having, I think, 5 food trucks, a couple dessert trucks, and a couple regular food trucks. We've got the silent auction. We'll have a silent auction going on too, to try to help support what we're doing, bring in some extra funds. We'll have some merch out there. We've got the guitar raffle that will be out there, and we will actually draw on Saturday night for that gun raffle, or for the guitar raffle. We'll draw for both guns Friday night. That way, get those done and out of the way. So
yeah, buddy.
It just keeps going, man. Like, we just keep adding stuff, and people are jumping behind it. And we're seeing some really good stuff going on back here with it. And people are really starting to understand what we're doing. And, we're bringing in nonprofits too. And we're hoping to see between 50 and 75 nonprofits out there this year.
You guys upped it a little bit then. Huh?
Yeah. Yep. So we're really starting to grab traction with that side of it too, to get those resources out there for our veteran and first responders and show them what's available for them. And, but yeah, it's growing fast, dude. Every time I turn
this
around,
technically would be its 3rd year, second official kind of year, as Herostock. And each year, bro, it's gotten bigger and better, man. And I mean, this time it's a 2-day event. So if you are from out of state and you're like, I don't want to just fly out there for 1 day, this is 2 days, right? We got 2 days. We're going to go Friday and Saturday, and I think we're going to try to fly out and be there Thursday, obviously, before. So,
sure,
we'll probably stay out till Sunday. But yeah, if you're flying out, you're going to be there for more than one day. It's not just a, 1-day event. This is a 2-day event, and you're going to want to go to both of them. I promise you. You're not going to regret it. And these are just a lot of fun. And so if you're hesitant, I fly from California and I got to go through the whole fucking security thing. And every time, I ain't kidding you, there and back, I get the red dot in the private areas and got to go off to the side and get coddled by security. And I'm okay. I'm like, all right, fuck it. I had to accept it now.
Right.
For it, bro. What do you like to eat?
Right.
But for me, it's well worth it. And I'm telling you right now, I'm not one that goes and does a lot of these out of state events and stuff like that. So I'm excited about it. I think that I'm going to go ahead and put my name on it that if you fly from any part in the United States or out of country, it's well worth it. It will be well worth your time. Eric, you need to stop and forget about your cruise, bro, and find your ass back there.
Right.
Tom, if you don't come, bro, I'm gonna kick you in your nuts. But it's a great time, guys. I'm telling you right now, it's well worth every dime cent. And to me, I walked away feeling valuable from going to the event. So
right, yeah, and one of the big ones last year for me was a buddy that he has PTSD, severe anxiety. Doesn't do crowds. He called me early in the day and he said, "Hey, dude, I want to come out, but I'm only going to stay for 5 minutes." He goes, "I can't do crowds." And I'm like, "Dude, I totally get it. Just come out, see what it is, and then take off." He came out and spent 5.5 hours out there. And
Beautiful.
The very next day, he sends me a text and he goes, "I have never felt more at ease in a room full of killers than I did that day. Thank you for doing what you do."
Yeah, yes, it's funny when you put it like that. But no, that's 100% right, bro. I mean, I know a couple of guys that I was talking to, right? And I think a lot of us all are very much like that. We always kind of kept to ourselves. So this was a lot of guys kind of breaking outside of their shell and doing something out of the norm.
Yep.
But like I said, it's become an annual thing that I have to do now, right? This is something I'm going to make sure I make it out to at least once a year. We're going to try to bring it here to California eventually, which would be badass. But yeah, it's a great event, and it's a great way to reconnect with the community and be around like-minded people, right? I think a lot of us get that feeling like we're a bull in a china shop in today's environment. We're rough around the edges, we're a little blunt, we're a little to the point. We don't really care for bullshit. We call it out, and people don't like to be called out on their bullshit. So these type of events are a great opportunity for you to reconnect, and then for you to kind of be like, "Gosh, damn, bro, wow." Maybe it's not just me, and I'm not alone, and I imagine we'll see your buddy again, this one, right?
Yep.
So
He's planning on coming out for the rock night. So
yeah, exactly, dude. So I'm excited.
For sure.
It's gonna be, something, like I said, my wife even, she's even down to go. I told her, because we were kind of worried about like what we're gonna do with our son and stuff, and I was like, well, you might just have to stay. And she's like, "No, I'm not staying," and I'm just like, well, I'm going. So
right.
I mean, however it may fall,
Bring him along. There's enough to do there that, yeah.
Gosh, you know what though? Bringing that fool along, it's like bringing another little pampered poodle or something, dog. Like, who was bougie as hell, like sushi and everything already. It's like, yeah, dog, I didn't even try sushi until I was in my 20s, man.
Right.
Like, yeah, this fool bringing him like having another adult around. So,
right. No doubt.
No, man. I mean, no matter what, we are going to be out there, and he'll be out there too.
Oh, yeah.
But like I said, it's worth it for us. And it should be worth it for everybody. Once again, it's going to be September 13th and the 14th. Country Drive Golf Course in Ashland, Nebraska. Gates open at 2 p.m. on both days, right?
No. Friday's actually
Okay.
going to be at 5 p.m. 5 p.m.
Okay, so
gate open.
Friday. Okay.
Yep. Let people get off work a little bit.
Yeah, there you go. Friday will be 5 p.m. I'll be anxiously waiting because I would already be there.
Right.
But
Yeah,
you know what, bro? It's a little bit better because I don't know. Are we hanging out the night before? We not gonna hang out because it's 2 days.
We'll probably still do something the night before.
Well, okay, so then we have more time the next day to kind of
Recoup.
Yeah, oh my god, no Ubers make it out this far. What the fuck?
No doubt, no doubt.
Everybody was panicked, dude. Like Tom had to go all the way back to Omaha and shit, dude.
Yep. That was
good
awesome.
times. What a great time. But yeah, so that's cool, man. I am excited for it. I know, like you said, it's going to be very much more kid friendly. It's exciting, dude. So there's no excuse really for you guys this time. For you out of towners, it's a 2-day event, so you're not just going there for one day. You got kids? Well, there's going to be kids shit to do there, so bring them through,
Yep. And the bounce houses are free. Like, once you get in the door, if you're not one of our veteran first responders or Gold Star families or one of the family members of those, it's $10 to get in the gate. Friday night, you get 4 amazing bands for $10. Saturday, you get 7 different acts for $10. Or you can buy the package online right now and get in both days for $15. So for $7.50, you get to see 11 different bands and singers put on stage.
And if you're upset, I'll refund you your money back personally.
Right.
Right?
You're not going to walk away disappointed.
No, you won't. I'll put my name on it.
Yeah.
You will have a good time. And it's, it's worthwhile. And you will be blown away by the musicians themselves. Yep. I'm telling you right now, just because someone maybe isn't signed or something, that doesn't mean they're not great at what they do. There's just so much out there and so much to compete with.
Yeah.
People will be very much treated.
Bob Marley opened for Fleetwood Mac. Think about that.
Right.
Bob Marley opened for Fleetwood Mac. So, that's what tells you about unsigned artists right there. Was, you may have the next Bob Marley in our group.
100%.
And you may get to see him before they explode. So come out, check out the music. Music's going to be off the charts. I'm going to
not only is it just the music. Oh, sorry. Not only is just the music part, but you get to actually interact with the musicians. Yep. A lot of times when they're not playing, they're out usually hanging out with the crowd and walking around. So you get to actually chum it up with them, and they are very much people, right? Like they're not too big for their britches and won't talk to you. So
yep. Sorry. I'm going to throw out a few sponsors here really quick. We got Barry Law is our only corporate sponsor right now. The Stars Hockey, Lincoln Stars Hockey, Ruck It Up for Warriors, Middle Creek Printing for all of our apparel and stuff. You can go onto the website. It's underneath apparel. Middle Creek does all of our stuff for us. We're working with Frontier Harley Davidson this year, based out of Lincoln, Nebraska. Ras Guitar, obviously, with the guitar that he made for us. Mustang Graphics, he does all of our banners. Retired Sergeant Major, I believe. Langfeld Overhead Doors, the Omaha Lancers hockey team, First Interstate Bank, Carpets Direct, John Henry's, Pony Express Chevy, Kincaidor Brewing, Hornaday, KLIN News Talk Radio, Midwest Golf and Turf, Coming Home Well, the Benson American Legion, Tab Performance, Macbeth Hardwood, Z Design, VFW Post 4626 out of Lincoln, Nebraska, Doc Goodbeard, the Rolla Chamber of Commerce, Nebraska Brewing Company, Phelps County Fairgrounds, the American Legion, multiple different American Legion posts, Vortex Optics, Results Radio and Digital Marketing, Infused Credit Union, Springfield Armory, Corporal Dagan Page Foundation, and Hornaday are just some of our sponsors. We need to update our website on that, but we're very thankful to have.
Did you say Hornaday?
Hornaday. Yep.
The racer?
No, the bullets.
Oh, okay. I was like, damn.
It's actually based here in Nebraska. It's based out of Grand
cool.
Island, Nebraska.
Nice.
So, and I'm actually wearing my Corporal Dagan Page Foundation shirt today. They are one of the huge sponsors of what we do, and they support what we do, and we support what they do. They're a local group. Corporal Dagan Page was one of the 13 that was killed in the withdrawal from Afghanistan, and they're based out of Omaha here. So we get to work hand in hand with them on an awful lot, and they're just amazing people. So
that's great. That's the great thing about Herostock is it's definitely a great way to help out people get themselves in front of other people, right? Like the nonprofits, it gives them an opportunity to be seen by, the community that probably seeks them the most. You're getting everybody together, right? So that way the networking and everything is just so much easier to do. And that's why it's amazing to go to these things. You'll be shocked to understand like how many different nonprofits are out there. One that you could totally fit you as a person or, as your needs as a human being. And you don't even know that it's out there, but like these type of things that showcase not only our musicians, but they do showcase the nonprofits around, and it gives you an opportunity to showcase yourself, right? Like you get a chance to network and talk to the lot of people that are like-minded, just like you. It's just an amazing event. Like I said, I've always been a huge fan, bro. I think, you've done a great job with it. You continue to do a great job with it. And, you'll always have my 100% support and backing. I love what you guys are doing, man.
Oh yeah. I appreciate that, man. We just, we're trying to make a difference, trying to make that change. And if we can save one, then it's a success. So, we always want to put our best foot forward, and hopefully we can make a difference in this world. So,
yeah, man, I think you guys are definitely doing it, bro. And it's definitely not easy either, right? You definitely put a lot of blood, sweat, and tears, your own, finances. I mean, it just a lot goes into it. And it's amazing though that we have guys and girls and humans like you guys that are willing to do it, because it's needed. You know what I mean? And we just need someone out there to do it that's willing to go out there and freaking put in the fucking blood, sweat, and tears. And you're the perfect guy for the job. Like I said, man, you guys are doing amazing things. Keep doing it. And, great things are to come for Herostock. That's 100%.
Yep. Bigger, faster, stronger. That's where we're going to be.
Yeah, always. But is there any last things that you want to say, man, before we head out? Anything that maybe we forgot to talk about? Once again, don't forget, guys, September 13th and the 14th, we got Country Drive Golf Course in Ashland, Nebraska. Gates open on Friday, 5 p.m., and gates will open on Saturday at 2 p.m. Friday night, you're going to get the rock night. Saturday night, you're going to get country, and it's going to be a fucking amazing thing.
The only thing I got left is the thing that I do now on every podcast that I stole from Tom Ettinger. Contact, care, and listen. Be that person that will reach out. Ensure that none of your brothers and sisters are alone.
Absolutely great, brother, and I appreciate it, man. And thank you once again, bro. And I am super excited, dude. We're only about a month away, man, and we're gonna be hanging out again.
We're down to like 32 days or something like that now, so it's right around the corner.
Hell yeah, man! Can't wait. All right, brother.
All right, man. Appreciate
Thank you. All right, man. See ya. All right, friends and fam. Well, that's going to go ahead and wrap it up for another great interview. And got the whole spiel on Herostock. I know you guys heard a lot about it, bragging and stuff. I am not kidding you guys. It is an event that has left a lifelong impression on me and changed my life in a lot of ways. Kind of changed my trajectory in life, I feel like. So If you're looking and you feel like you're struggling and stuff like that, and maybe you don't know how to reconnect with the community, Herostock's a great place to start. It really is. And, you're not forced to stay there. You can stay there as long as you want. And if you don't like it, you can always leave. But if you don't like it, I'll refund you your money. Promise you. All right, guys. Well, thank you once again. And you know how we say, don't let the day kick your ass. Make sure you're out there kicking it. Until next time, we'll see you guys.